Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the slightly late start. We didn't want you to hear 20 people's heat alarms going off on their phone. But we're ready now. What a perfect night for football here at Leckwith Stadium. Beautiful playing surface as we bring you this Premier League Cup match, round one, between the young Bluebirds under-21s and our visitors from the South Coast, AFC Bournemouth. Delighted to be here with you tonight on a Friday night. John Donovan along with Dav Jones, and a new era, I suppose, for Cardiff City under-21s. Darren Pearce having departed. All that good work, we wish him well in his new venture in Ireland, but the under-21s at the moment under the watchful eye of Gavin Chesterfield, Dane Facey and Matt Bloxham, and the team tonight shows a smattering of names that you will absolutely know, notably Eli King playing in the number 8, and as captain Rob Tankovic wearing the number 9 shirt, Paul Moreno wearing the number 10. Dakrai Mafiko will anchor the midfield. We'll get you through the whole teams in a moment. And for Bournemouth, plenty of quality, mixture of nationalities as well. You expect them to be a very accomplished side who will keep hold of the ball. So it'll be a good test for the young Bluebirds on their opening night of the season. We are just about ready to get underway here at Leckwith. Cardiff will kick off, of course, playing in the blue shirts, playing from left to right as we look at things here in the main grandstand. Referee just making his final checks. A look at the watch, and we are finally underway. The ball is back with Jacob Dennis. Goes long. Bournemouth playing a back four. That's a good initial header by Solanke. I hear the alarms going off again as the offside flag goes up, just as Bournemouth thought they were in with Nyarko. The offside flag just prevented him. Eli King chasing back was confident enough. Jacob Dennis was out quick, but an early sign that Bournemouth will attack with pace, playing a 4-4-2, but it certainly won't be a rigid 4-4-2. Here's Katsukunya and the number 6 shirt, the summer signing from Aston Villa. I'll run you through the full Cardiff team momentarily. Crossfield ball. It's well won again by Solanke, who's fouled. That Cardiff City team then, Jacob Dennis in goal, Noel Williams, Jack Thomas, Dakrai Mafiko, Caden Voice, Thierry Katsukunya, Jake Davis, Eli King wearing the number 8 shirt, Rob Tankovic, the Magic Man wearing number 9, Paul Moreno, look out for his balance and ability to go both ways, wearing the number 10 shirt, and Jack Sykes completes the 1-11. Dav has just finished loading up the social media pages, so my first chance to welcome him to the game. And Dav, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, brilliant to be back in action, isn't it? Pre-season's always a nice time of the year, but it's competitive football that we're all in the game for. And as you mentioned at the start of the game, what a night it is in Leckwith for this opening game of the season. Tough fixture to start. Really talented Bournemouth side, but it's a really strong City 11, so they'll back themselves this evening.
Looks to play through the midfield. Tankovic wearing number 9, but will come short. Lovely ball into Moreno. Bounces up on him a little bit. Good close control. Can Cardiff keep possession? They do just about. Back to Moreno. Drives infield. King, good first touch to take it away from coverage, but that's a nice tackle, and now Bournemouth can perhaps come away. It's a very quick start on a pitch that's looking conducive to fast, quick-fire football. Katsukunya brings a little bit of calm to the situation. Saw him at Forest Green for the senior side, and noticed about him, most of all, he's a very vocal talker. He's not a bad ball player as he springs that ball out wide. Claims of handball. As Jack Thomas tried to dart inside, referee waves it away, but what a beautiful pass that was from Katsukunya, and everything I've seen of him, the pickup from Aston Villa, he's looked impressive there.
Yeah, he's looked a very good signing coming from Aston Villa. Such a calming presence. It's so important in this 21 side, especially with it being such a young side as well, to have that calming presence of somebody like Katsukunya. at the back directing his troops. He's looked very assured in his City shirt so far.
Couple of throw-ins there for Bournemouth. They'll reset midway inside the Cardiff half. Go down the line. It's headed high but not out by Thomas into the box, cleared away. Bournemouth will go back to their goalkeeper, who is Mac Allen. It's been a positive start from both teams through the first 3.5 minutes. Cardiff win that ball back quickly once more. It's nice from Tankovic. Davis tries to step inside. Eli King realises there's nothing on. And Cardiff will build again, switching to the left-hand side. Ball into midfield. Moreno can't quite get there, but put enough pressure on Scaife that Cardiff will win the throw-in, and they go quick. It's something that's obviously permeating the under-21 side as well as the senior side. Cardiff want to play at pace. The ball will eventually go to Allen. Bournemouth go long. Good starting position from Dennis, and the goalkeeper will claim. Ball's out once more, and with that quick pace, the temperature will play a factor. Imagine we will have a hydration break around about the 25-minute mark. So these players have started off with a great deal of energy on a very warm evening here at Leckwith. Voice. Comes back to Katsukunya, dropping deep, always an outlet. King gives it back to his goalkeeper. Bournemouth will come higher up the field. Cardiff will attempt to play round the press. Katsukunya again. Looks like a very, very calm, commanding presence. Voice might be a little too much on that. Is there any backspin? Good idea. And very, very willing run by Thomas. Just out for a throw-in though, but positive signs from Cardiff early doors. Yeah,
getting plenty of possession, the two centre-backs, and as you mentioned, so calm, both of them on the ball. A little bit too much on that from Caden Voice, but it's a real big asset in this City team, having those two centre-backs that can play out. We see it so often at first-team level. Both Katsukunya and Caden Voice, plenty of ability on the ball.
Voice once more to Katsukunya. Just a little stumble there off the ball from Davis on the right wing. It's back up now and going towards the far post. Will the ball come in? Cut out. Already you can see that Thomas is a willing runner. It's almost a lopsided back four for Cardiff. Williams goes in and plays as another centre half. It goes to a 3, and Cardiff release Thomas to bomb forward on the left-hand side. It's going to be an impressive start by the Bluebirds. Mafiko looking to switch the play. That's a hanging ball, and not for the first time this evening. Solanke heads away. Picked up by Thomas. He's going to cover every blade of grass down that left-hand side. But that comes as no surprise, Dav. He's such a willing worker.
Yeah, really good. Jack Thomas, he's impressed so far in pre-season. Big campaign up ahead for him. If they can find him in those spaces on the left-hand side, watch out for his delivery as well.
Back with Katsukunya, seen a lot of the ball early doors, and why not? Voice goes wide, nice drilled ball. It's a good first touch from Davis, keeps it going. Well, maybe there was a bit more time there on that occasion for Moreno. But good intentions from Cardiff. That's nice from Katsukunya. Just bullied his man, but bullied him fairly. Nyarko was the man taken out of the play by a firm shoulder. Again, oh, look at that hanging ball, and it's Thomas again who was the intended recipient, and already he's sprinting back into position. He's going to put some miles on the clock this evening. Well won in midfield by Mafiko. Likely to go on loan, Barry Murphy says, and already saw the benefits of that last year when he went to Yeovil. Cardiff go quick once more. Davis, again, another good first touch. Drives at his man. That's nice from Solanke, but Davis, well, he's having his shirt pulled. He wouldn't let it go, and he wins the corner. Great battling by both men, and impeccable first touch once more by Davis.
Yeah, it's really good work from Jake Davis. Initially, it looks like he's lost it there to his full-back, but great tenacity, doesn't give up on it, wins City a corner.
It's been extremely impressive by the Bluebirds through the first 8 minutes or so. Haven't tested goalkeeper Mac Allen as yet, but looking to play progressive football at pace. And maybe it would have been too easy for me to say, having not looked greatly into Bournemouth under 21s, but Cardiff having more of the ball in the early stages than perhaps I anticipated, and that's to their credit. Almost comes across the right hand side, drills a corner, nice ball, Moreno's up, it's going to fall to a blue shirt and it goes in! First strike for the Bluebirds, no more than they deserved. Jack Sykes, the man on the far post, was able to drill it through the goalkeeper. Pace beat Allen. Wicked, wicked corner delivery. Moreno was up, the ball flew Cardiff's way, and it was a composed finish by Sykes, and no more, Dav, than the Bluebirds deserve.
Absolutely, they've got their reward. And it's a reward for a really good start to this game. Jack Sykes so alert in that box, reacts so quickly. Of course, had a brilliant season last year, mostly for the under-18s, but you'll make that step up to 21s this year. Heavy involvement with the first team in pre-season, but this is a massive campaign for him.
I mentioned at the start that we were surrounded by phones going off with a government warning about the heat. My phone didn't make a sound, so clearly the government don't care about me. They wouldn't be the only ones. Cardiff, good start, and ball is forced back to Allen. And it's very much a 4-2-3-1 formation for Cardiff, but Tankovic and Moreno swapping in and out. One comes deeper, one goes, so Tankovic doesn't play as a traditional 9. It's very flexible from Cardiff in these early stages. But the defensive square of Voice, Kasakunya, Mafiko and King really giving Cardiff an excellent platform in the centre of the field, and then Cardiff are just spreading the ball flank to flank. And they lead 1-0. Ball down the line from the throw. Voice wins that well. King. Well, it's a nice turn away. Can he spread the ball? He's going to drop it into an area, and that's going to invite Davis to chase. And again, it's a good battle between those two, and could have gone either way. Initially, I think Solanke, and a little bit of sympathy with him, felt he was being fouled by Davis, but again, we see the compete level from Davis. Got body position, and Solanke links the arms, pulls him back, and Cardiff get the benefit of the free kick. Must admit, a little bit of sympathy with the Bournemouth left back, but more willing running by Jake Davis on this right-hand side. Don't forget, it was he who won the corner from which Cardiff scored, and now he's won another free kick. Thomas and Tankovic stand over this free kick. You would imagine it'll be Thomas with that wicked left foot. Yes, Tankovic is the decoy. Another beautiful ball just taken away from the far post area. Bournemouth defended that well and maybe can break. Tankovic cool and composed. Here's Moreno, who was back defending the set piece as not the tallest player in the world. He actually gave the ball away when perhaps should have been a bit more pragmatic. Cardiff win it back though from King, who's had a neat and tidy start, the experienced captain, or more experienced captain for Cardiff, wearing the number 8 shirt this evening. Again, we see Cardiff go to almost that 3 centre-half formation, allowing Thomas to release as a left wide player. It's a really interesting shape, a flexible shape. Dav, it's fair to say that Cardiff are dominating this game.
Yeah, they look very comfortable in possession, don't they? It's going to be difficult to break Bournemouth down, though. Not very disciplined in that shape, with that goal coming from the set piece, but plenty of positivity so far.
Katsukunya, again it's Solanke and Davis is not giving him a moment's peace. Credit to Solanke, he's sticking with his job and comes out on the front foot on that occasion. Davis has been good early doors, the man who made a senior debut against Arsenal in the 21s in that Virtu Trophy game last year. It was a memorable night at Cardiff City Stadium when these youngsters really did themselves proud. It's been a good start as well from Thomas, and what a spread ball that is to Davis. Tankovic keeps it going. Is it just going to be away from Moreno? It is. It was a nice idea from Tankovic. First time ball. Knew where his man was. Moreno to the angle of the area. Cut inside to Tankovic. Tankovic, lovely touch. Is that Sykes again? It is. It's blocked. But fantastic nip and tuck, give and go football. Kind of generate another chance.
It's really well worked, isn't it? You see the talent of Rob Tankovic, Paul Moreno in the build-up. Jack Sykes, it's a brilliant touch just to take it away from the defender. The strike at goal is just blocked, but really good move from the Bluebirds.
Again, it was that spread ball that time from Thomas to Davis. Cardiff looking to very quickly move it from one flank to another, playing into the space. And the result is this corner. Thomas with his left foot, this time an outswinger, of course, from that left-hand side. Again, it's drilled. It comes in with pace. The referee spots a foul in there, which wasn't immediately evident. I mean, outswinger, of course, from that left-hand side. Again, it's drilled. It comes in with pace. Jack Thomas delivers those corners. They are drilled. They have pace on them, which means that a blue shirt only really has to make contact. The pace is already on the ball. It's a wicked delivery, and it's already led to a goal. Oh, that's a foul by Thomas on that occasion. A little eager to win the ball. Thought he could nick it. Bournemouth will have a free kick. Referee tonight is Will Davis, the man in the yellow shirt in the middle. Solanke, infield, ball turned round the corner. It's a clever ball. And it will find Nyarko. He keeps it going. That's a good use of the body. And the ball is still there. It was Chevininsi who wouldn't let that opportunity go. Just dipped the shoulder, won the ball back, and Cardiff for the first time looking a little stretched. Bournemouth go quick from the throw, but the referee will bring it back. Wasn't quite taken from the right position. But the first sign of life, really, and it will, as an attacking threat for Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's just a reminder, isn't it? Whilst it's been a really good start for City this evening, facing a very good team tonight in Bournemouth. They've got qualities of their own, so got to be switched on.
Bournemouth have a chance now to have a concerted spell of possession. Moreno and Tankovic, though, do a good job pressing the centre halves. Katsukunya, was that a foul? Oh, referee said he got enough of the ball, and no real complaints from the Bournemouth players or bench. Katsukunya just does look stylish on the ball and imposing off it. I think Cardiff have got a good one there. Steps in again, wins the ball. Mafiko turns it forward. That time there is going to be a foul. Just while we've got a slight delay for the free kick, Dav. Interested in your new role this summer, and I think you deserve a little bit of a plug. You're doing an awful lot with the under-21s, the under-18s, the women's team, and are you enjoying it?
Yeah, loving it. It's been brilliant so far. Trying to give as much platform as possible for these players to grow their profiles, and it's brilliant working with them and the coaches.
Well, from what I've seen early doors, Dav, you're doing a great job. And you haven't paid me to say that either. All down the left-hand side. There was a nice touch in there. Well read, though, by Voice. Just stepped out and read the pass from Nyarko. Cardiff now can look to spread. Moreno, that's going to be a nice weight of ball. It's going to allow Davis to get in behind. Goes to the byline. Can he get across in? Again, Solanke stays with him. It's an individual duel between these two, and it's really interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Jake Davis. Again, so direct in those positions. It's really interesting. He's holding his width whilst on the other side, Jack Sykes is coming inside. Having Jack Thomas on that overlap, well, Noah Williams can stay a bit deeper. It looks as a 4, really, really effective.
Looks like a winger as well, doesn't he? Jack Davis. Or Jake Davis, sorry, with those socks rolled down to the ankles. His first touch has been so good on the switch ball. Another corner for Cardiff. Short option this time, perhaps. Changing the angle for Thomas to deliver. It's a whip ball. Might be over Katsukunya on that occasion. Not a bad idea to change the angle, but slightly overhit, and as a result, Bournemouth will have a goal kick. Claims for a booking because Katsukunya kicked that ball away, and only one, well, not a ball boy, a ball man here at Leckwith this evening, so he'll have to go and collect that. It is a multi-ball system though, so Bournemouth will be able to take this goal kick. Just joining us, 20 minutes just about gone. Glad to have your company on a Friday night. John Donovan and Dav Jones. Cardiff, very impressive. Lead 1-0 through Jack Sykes' goal. Although Bournemouth in the last 2 or 3 minutes now, you just feel they are starting to grow into it.
Yeah, they've started to grow into this game, as you say. It was a really good start from the Bluebirds and difficult to set up, but they've grown into it, starting showing signs of their quality. City just need to be mindful of that.
Good press by Tankovic. Ball forward. Katsukunya stands his ground and then just leaves Voice to tidy up. Doesn't really do that though. Puts it into the air and makes life difficult for himself. Good battling by the diminutive striker there, Day. It's a great football name, Johnny Day, wearing the number 9 shirt for Bournemouth. Cardiff though can release if they can get the winger Davis away once more. Moreno feeds him. Davis waiting for bodies to arrive in the box. They weren't forthcoming, so he drives to the line. Now hangs a ball up. It's headed away, but only to around the penalty spot. Sykes tries to turn his man. Mafiko steps in. And Cardiff have the ball back. Thomas, nice jink back inside. Right foot shot on that occasion. Maybe the weaker foot, the swinger. Not a terrible effort, but well over the bar. And Bournemouth will have a goal kick.
I don't mind that from Jack Thomas, though. In those positions, you want your players to be backing themselves. Certainly did that. After his performance from the first minute to the 20th, I think he's earned that.
Yeah, it's been excellent so far, as really have all of his counterparts. Haven't seen as much of the other fullback, Noah Williams, but he's just doing a job for the team, sitting in as part of a 3, allowing Thomas to go forward on the left-hand side. So some unsung work there, and we know the quality that Noah Williams brings, highly rated in the Cardiff City system.
He's played a lot of his football through the age groups as a centre-back, so naturally he's going to go a bit inside, provide a bit more steel with Katsukunya and Voice. He's looking really effective, allowing Jack Thomas just to bomb forward as much as possible.
That's nice. Good feet there from Ali, but he can't find a connecting ball. That's a nice ball to Tankovic. He released it quickly. Tankovic wants to play the ball with the first touch if possible. He goes back the other side. That's good vision. I like the fact that Tankovic, it doesn't quite come off there, but you can tell the fact that he's playing those first-time balls, he already knows where people are on the pitch. He has a picture of the pitch in his head.
Yeah, I think one of the main things I look at with a young player is their decision-making, and even with somebody like Rob, who's so young, he just makes the right choices so consistently. He's almost just thinking that one step ahead. Such a talent. I think we're going to really enjoy watching him this season at 21's level, and hopefully as often as possible for the first team as well.
Well, of course, he signed that first pro deal this summer. you're in a Brian Barry Murphy squad, it doesn't really matter how old you are. It's about how good you are and whether you can do a job for the team. And I think Brian Barry Murphy thinks Tankovic can make a contribution this year.
Having those players at Brian's disposal is a real testament to the coaches, the staff, everybody within the academy. Rob Tankovic has been at the academy for such a long time, and there's a lot of people that have played a part in his development. So a shout out to those.
Yeah, a lot of good coaches. Of course, not just Darren Pearce departing this year. Tom Hutton as well, who was always excellent with us when he joined us on media duties, but more importantly, an excellent coach. And I think Dane Facey away to my right-hand side. Maybe a lot of people, Cardiff fans, don't quite know him. He's not as visible as that ball goes forward. It's not offside. Chance perhaps. Shot at goal over the bar. First sight of goal for Bournemouth. And it was Johnny Day who had the opportunity from an angle. Voice was closing him down, but you would have backed the striker there to at least hit the target. Voice does enough. Credit to the centre-half, but Bournemouth were able to open Cardiff up there. Just finishing that point, you might know a lot of the youth coaches by sight. I don't know if everyone knows Dane Facey, but he's been a mainstay and a lead in the academy, and I think he should get a lot of credit for the work that goes on here. Gavin Chesterfield here tonight as well, doing a great job. Moreno holds it, gives it to Sykes, the goal scorer. Just taken off his toe, though. But Bournemouth will feel, perhaps, they should be level. And they are starting now to see far more of the ball. Game's always going to ebb and flow in conditions and temperatures like this against a quality opponent, lest we forget. Ball was played round the corner. Was Williams keeping him onside? Well, late flag from the assistant referee. That's one of the reasons I don't like that rule, because Bournemouth player continues. And also Jacob Dennis continues, because the flag goes up late. Those players run into each other and there's potential injury. But I think I say that every season, Dav, that I don't like the modern day offside rule.
No, it's just, it seems so unnecessary to have that collision.
Cardiff will restart. Voice, Katsukunya. Two centre-halves, very comfortable in possession of the ball. It's a nice weight of pass, but that might be offside. Yeah, again, assistant referee waited and waited and then put the flag up. Nice idea, but on that occasion, Sykes just went a little early. It's a wand of a left foot though, Dev, isn't it, that Thomas has got. Great way to pass.
Yeah, really quality. And liking the look of Caden Boyce next to him as well. He played a lot of his football towards the end of last season as a left back, but hoping to play a lot of games as that left centre back role this season. Should see him grow with every game.
Ball sold Moreno a little short, but he did well and finds Thomas, and Thomas can look to spread. He drills the ball. Is that going to be a little over hit? It is, but right idea. Cardiff hitting the space once more and just winning the ball back so quickly.
Doing a really good job of isolating the full-backs. It's becoming really, really difficult to defend against. Getting Jake Davis in those positions. Jack Thomas on the other side.
Oh, Davis is in again after Tankovic caused enough commotion. The ball ran to him. On that occasion, I think the assistant referee was right to keep the flag down, although Davis has taken a knock. I think Solanke won enough of the ball. The boot has come off at Davis, so Cardiff temporarily down to 10. Still putting that boot back on. Cardiff just delaying and delaying, although this time they're going to use Noah Williams, who's admirably filling the space left by Davis. It's good from Thomas. Williams, my apologies. It's quite a heavy limp that Davis is sporting there. He tries to get himself back on side. Cardiff again just looking to buy him time a little bit, and I think Bournemouth are also happy to take a breather, and the man's back in action, and he finds a beautiful pass to Tankovic. Whip ball in, that's a goal, what a save! That would have been a beautiful goal. Probably deserved a goal, but credit to Mac Allen. Fantastic right-handed save. Here's Thomas. Puts the ball up, and Davis turns it wide. Williams hangs it back in. Again, we'll see on the replay, just the first time pass by Tankovic. He knows where his teammates are. He doesn't have to take that touch to look. But it was also Davis with a great weight of ball after coming back into the play from that minor knock. What a great worked effort that was, but credit to Mac Allen. We'll see on the replay in a moment. That was a real top draw save from the Bournemouth number 1.
Keep an eye out as well from the movement from Rob Tankovic in the build-up. Just makes a darting run from so deep. Comes deep to pick up the ball and then goes in behind. So intelligent.
Bournemouth felt they should have been level a few moments ago. Cardiff will now feel they should be 2 in front. Bournemouth come again, and they've got bodies entering the box, and Williams stretches, gets some contact on it. Ball will run away to this near side. The Bournemouth left. Solanke goes in field. It's a nice give and go. A chance here for Christie, but the shot was charged down. It's a good game of football out there this evening. Oh, Williams can't get enough purchase on that, so Bournemouth have the ball again on the edge of the box. It's a great recovery from Moreno, and he's fouled. Good tracking back, and a chance probably for us to see on our monitors. Yep, the replay of a very well worked chance that Cardiff created. As you say, there's that late run, Dav, and then this first time ball. Magnificent save though.
Yeah, he's in the team as a striker this evening, Rob Tankovic, but you see in that replay how deep he came and how quickly he went in behind. He's got so much ability. Just unfortunate that the goalkeeper made a brilliant save.
Cardiff trying to play around the press, but on that occasion gave the ball away. Bournemouth can't do anything with it though. Certainly Bournemouth haven't been as comfortable on the ball or as clinical in the final third with the ball as I thought they might be, but of course it is opening night of the season. And you may remember that Cardiff City's senior men's side have an opening night of the season on Monday, as Johnny Day tries to let one go. Again, another sighter, not a bad effort, but always rising over the bar. Yeah, we'd love to see you at Cardiff City Stadium on Monday night. Of course the game is on TV. Of course the game will be covered by Cardiff City TV. But if you can, get down for the first game back in the Championship against our Welsh rivals on what should be a very, very memorable night. King comes short. Katsukunya. Bournemouth aren't pressing him, and he looks very comfortable bringing that ball out. He goes long. Sykes tries to roll his man. Referee says play on, and Cardiff will win the second ball. That was good from Sykes without even really touching the ball. Just made life difficult enough that Cardiff could pick up second phase. King might be a little too hanging, but Williams does well and nods it on. Davis inside. Tankovic. First time pass again. Moreno. Shot on goal. Straight down the throat of Allen, but more good work from Cardiff. And I'm going to pick out every one of those first-time passes by Tankovic because I just think it's a underrated quality to already know before your opponent where you're going to put the ball. That's a nice ball down the line and a foot race here. Voice does well to get back. There's a good race there between Day and Voice matched him stride for stride. And Cardiff have their shape once more. So we are past the half-hour mark, 33 minutes gone on the clock. It's good from Katsukunya, who stepped out to Stop Bournemouth in flight. Still, though, the men from the South Coast have possession of the ball as they now work it to the right side. That's a good turn, but Cardiff have layers, and Mafiko was there to help Thomas out. King steps in, Mafiko, Moreno lets it run across his body. That was nice. Again, mentioning the balance of Moreno. That's what I noticed at Forest Green. He wins a free kick. Cardiff go quick. Tankovic. Quick layoff from Tankovic. Nice again. Tankovic once more. Quick layoff from Tankovic. Corner ball. Rinse and repeat for Cardiff, and it's working.
Just linking everything up, isn't he? Rob Tankovic. It's good in the build-up from Paul Moreno. Again, the attack has come from... It's happened twice in a few minutes where he's just bought a free kick really shrewdly for a young player, showing that intelligence. Really impressive.
Just come back to Tankovic, and yes, I am labouring the point, but you'll notice on all of these replays, and maybe we'll see it at half-time, while the ball's travelling, he's having a look. So he's not waiting for the ball to get to feet or to activate him before he looks around to see where his teammates are. He's had that quick look beforehand, and that's allowing him to stay ahead of the game. Thomas, again, that drill delivery to the far post. Well defended, though. Mafiko under pressure, deals with it well, and Cardiff will go back to their goalkeeper, but that was the best option available to them. I know, again, that drop of the shoulder, the balance. Well, I will certainly have to thank Tankovic and Moreno after the game, because I usually get most things wrong in commentary, but they're making me look good tonight. That's nice, as Sykes took the man away, opening up the door for Thomas. Oh, that's a 50-50 ball that the defender had to go to, but he did catch Thomas on the shin. Thomas's touch was a tad heavy, which invited the challenge in. I think the defender had a right to go for it, but it was a foul, and hopefully Thomas is okay.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate one. Has every right to go for the ball, the defender, in fairness to him.
Cardiff fullback is back to his feet and will no doubt be on free kick duty pretty sharpish. Although the right foot of Tankovic might be better served on this occasion. Katsukunya just lurking. Suspect he'll try and get round the far post with a late run. Cardiff number 6 in your picture. Ball to the far post is well headed away. Good defending on the stretch there by Scaife. Crossfield ball, and Davis on defensive duty this time. Slows it down, but Bournemouth will still have possession. Chebinidze. Bournemouth not quite moving the ball as quickly from side to side as Cardiff are. They're certainly letting Cardiff reset into shape, and I imagine at half-time Bournemouth might be told that the football's okay, but just move the ball a little quicker. King did well. Close quarters with a couple of red and black shirts around him. And Cardiff should be able to play out. Ball is back with Dennis. Dennis, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Merthyr. Excellent experience for the goalkeeper, and what a great job the Penydarren Park Club are doing. Really invigorating football back in Merthyr Town. It's a nice weight of pass. Sykes will chase, put pressure on. Defended well enough, though. Rajendra was the man who came across. The right back for Bournemouth.
There's been a few occasions in these last few minutes, I think it's been quite understated, that City are really benefiting from having quite an experienced two in midfield of Jack Mafiko and Eli King. They're just quietly going about their work and mopping things up when City need them.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They're giving Cardiff a platform, and right on cue, to Dav's point, Mafiko steps in and Cardiff can release Davis. Good tracking back, but Davis is able to turn and find Williams. Cardiff will just slow things down as All 22 men on the pitch, just take a breather. Heat wave's going to break today apparently. It's only 25 degrees tomorrow. That would have been a hot day last year. Ball forward. Sykes, the willing runner once more, and it's a good battle, which is eventually won on that occasion by Ali. Defended the situation well. Solanke infield. That's Acuna. Does he wrestle his man to the ground? Referee says no. Got body position. He won the ball first, and Nyarko isn't getting much change out of Katsukunya. Oh, that's a short ball by Mafiko, and Voice needs to rescue the situation quickly. Tankovic. Oh, that time he can't quite link with Moreno. Mafiko picks it up though, and it was the right idea because the space was there, but Mafiko didn't have his balance to open up his body and find Thomas on the left-hand side, but he gets back and makes amends with a great tackle. And Bournemouth will have a throw. Well, we've been playing five-a-side in these conditions now, and it's tough enough. These lads are giving it everything on a very hot evening.
Yeah, it's been very, very impressive so far from a City perspective, especially given the conditions. If you're being ultra critical, it'd be that we're not 2-0 in front. But plenty of time still before the break. There were a few times last season where the Bluebirds at 21's level were on top in games. Just didn't quite have that sort of killer instinct to go and finish a game early, and paid for it later towards the end of the second half. They'll be keen this evening just to make it as routine as possible, given how on top they've been.
It's good from Thomas, seeing the ball out under pressure from Johnny Dane. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Cardiff with that 1-goal lead, courtesy of Jack Sykes. It's a nice release ball again from Tankovic to King. King, great weight. Davis, first time ball perhaps. Yeah, Moreno slightly in his feet rather than in front of him. But Cardiff still have possession of the ball. It's a tantalising cross from Williams. Allen got fingertips to it. King will pick it up on the left-hand side. Some very, very intelligent footballers in this Cardiff City side. That wasn't offside. Centre halves had stayed deep. Ball across, and it's just cleared away. Cardiff are exploiting those flanks. As Dav said earlier, isolating, finding the space, isolating the fullbacks. And you feel that their play merits a second goal. And Thomas, the ever-willing runner. What an engine he's got on him. Ball into the box. Didn't quite settle himself on that occasion, which is a shame, because he did have a far post run. Mafiko, oh, swing and a miss, a nutmeg, and now the pitch has opened up for Bournemouth. Ball has come wide, maybe a little bit too much on that, which has forced Chubanidze wide, and yeah, Bournemouth never really recovered. I think Chubanidze wanted that ball to feet. Fico comes away from him. That's a very quick, intelligent ball. This time to Tankovic from Sykes. Tankovic will hold the ball up because he doesn't have runners into the box. That was sensible. And he spots Thomas coming late. This boy's a player, Rob Tankovic. But I think we all knew that. Thomas. Back to Mafiko. Crossfield to Williams. Perhaps the unsung hero of the first half. Davis to King. Cardiff looking very composed. Once more, they look to make Bournemouth come narrow so they can play this release ball to Thomas. Thomas, tantalising, dropping ball into the box, which is just cleared away. Got to stop using tantalising, Dave, so I've used it 3 times, but they are tantalising.
Another opportunity from a set piece. And City have looked dangerous from them, as they have done throughout pre-season. 2 goals against Liverpool in that 4-3 victory. Katsukunya and Voice both netted from corners.
Thomas once more. Outswinger with the left foot. Good movement in the box. Kind of try and get Katsukunya around the far post. Again, referee blows for something that, is it a little bit of pulling to create separation, an American football style pick or a rugby style pick, but it wasn't clearly evident. Allen will take the goal kick. He sends everybody long. Just kicks it straight to his opposite number. And you'd expect in the second half, Dav, that Bournemouth will use the ball to a greater extent with more quality.
Yeah, inevitably they're going to have a spell in this game. Let's remember, despite it's been a really good performance from the Bluebirds so far, Bournemouth are a quality side and at any moment can find that equaliser, so it's so key that the Bluebirds' concentration levels are kept to a really high standard. And I mentioned the importance of that second goal. Let's go and get it as soon as we can.
Cardiff subs just making their way to the dressing room. And that bench is Ewan Griffiths, Isaac Davis, the other one. Riley Hilaire-Clark, Troy Perrott, Gabe Cater, Herbie James, and the man whose name's fallen off the list, Dav, Hayden
Allmark.
Thank you very much. Bournemouth looking to finish the half strong. Opportunity for a reverse ball, but it was rather drilled at Nyarko, and he didn't have much chance with that, and Cardiff have the ball back as a little bit of dusk begins to fall at Leckwith Stadium. Cardiff, though, still full of life as Thomas goes long. Sykes on that occasion gives up the chase. And we are now at the referee's discretion. 45 minutes has gone in this first half. Cardiff with that 1-goal lead, that deserved lead. They might get another as that ball's cheaply given away. Here's Davis. Tankovic just wanted King to join, tried to buy him some time, but in the end lost possession of the ball. First time tonight he hasn't really used the ball to great effect. That's great there from Katsukunya. And the half-time whistle goes, and great is not a bad word to use, because I was coming here expecting Cardiff to perhaps be on the back foot a little bit more, but actually against opponents of a Premier League club they have been ever so impressive. Kept the ball well, moved it from side to side, utilised their wide players, isolated fullbacks, generated chances, and have a 1-goal lead. Dav, your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, very enjoyable. It's really nice to be back, isn't it? Watching a performance like that in the opening 45 where City have been well on top. Been so many good individual performances, a lot of creativity, a lot of movement. It's just about building on this now. The second 45 are key, and to get this PL Cup campaign underway with a win, hopefully.
We'll leave you with some first half highlights, including that Jack Sykes goal and an excellent save from Mac Allen from a really flowing passage of play from Cardiff. Entertaining game. Bournemouth playing their part. We suspect they will come more into it in the second half, but Cardiff have been thoroughly impressive. Hope you're enjoying it on a Friday night as the football season proper really gets underway. Dav and myself will be back in around about 10 or 15 minutes time. At the break, Cardiff City 1, Bournemouth 0. Welcome back. Teams are out. We're in situ in the commentary box. John Donovan, Dav Jones here with you on a Friday night. Now under the lights here at Leckwith as dusk slightly begins to set. Cardiff, it looks like, are making a substitution. And Gabriel Keita, I've seen the number 16 shirt out on the pitch. Keep an eye on who it's for. I'm having a look for Jack Thomas, because actually he was being seen by the physio at the end of the first half and was walking off rather gingerly. But Cardiff are, well, in fact, they're making a double change, because Troy Parrott, very talented advanced midfielder, is coming on also. Looks like Eli King. It was 45 minutes and done, just to get the cobwebs out. And indeed, Jack Thomas is being replaced by Keita. So changes afoot for Cardiff, Dav. Pre-planned, you would think, with Eli King, and the other one maybe a little bit more of a knock.
Yeah, I'd imagine that Eli King sub was pre-planned ahead of the game. You'll see Gabriel Keita move into centre-back now, replacing Jack Thomas. Caden Voice moving out onto that left-back position. And Voice will be accustomed to it, having played most of his football there last season. Just mean that City's dynamic will be slightly different. You won't be bombing forward as much as Jack Thomas was in that first half. It'll be interesting to see the attacking threat from the Bluebirds. Where will it come from in wide areas now?
So Cardiff lead 1-0 going into the second half. Bournemouth have used that kick-off twice now, the flick up and the high ball to cause commotion. And immediately you can see Bournemouth trying to set a faster pace. Ball down the line, Johnny Day, and it's well cut out there by Voice. As Dav said, now playing in the left-back position. Despite me giving a compliment to Dav a little earlier in the first half, saying he's doing a great role in his new job, he told me off for not telling me, for not telling you all he's prepared me some fantastic commentary notes this evening. So apologies, Dav. Normally I spend a couple of hours doing a lot of research. Dav said, "Don't worry tonight, I'm going to do it for you," but I didn't mention it on air, so I got told off. Formal apology issued as we're back underway. Bournemouth have started with purpose. Ball into the box, and that low ball just bouncing up a little bit on Johnny Day. You sense that Bournemouth were, well, given a constructive talking to at half-time. I think probably the days of teacups being thrown are long over, particularly youngsters at this level, but certainly they've been instructed to play the game with a greater urgency. Just a reminder, if you are joining us, Cardiff leads with that Jack Sykes goal, and Johnny Day had a reasonably clear-cut chance for Bournemouth as Dennis comes out to clear that, and then Cardiff really should have had a second from a beautiful flowing move, only for Bournemouth goalkeeper Mac Allen to make a very, very good save. So we're all set up for what should be an entertaining second half. Crossfield ball. He deals with it well. Heavy first touch from Mafiko, and as a result that ball is turned over. Chance for Day and a goal. Well, that's a better finish. Two-sighters in the first half. That time laces through it but kept it under the crossbar. Bournemouth have started in the first 2.5 minutes with real purpose. Unfortunately, Mafiko, the bounce just caught him, heavy touch, and Cardiff didn't recover from that. Credit to Christie, who read the situation, threaded the ball through. Keita couldn't get close enough today. And that's a composed finish, drilling it past Dennis. So, Cardiff, I have mentioned in the first half, often last season, very impressive in games, but not killing them. Well, it was only 1-0 at half-time, and very quickly, Dav, it's a 1-1 scoreline.
Yeah, difficult to take. That'll be for City. Played so well in that first half. But now it's about the reaction. They'll show a different side to their game now. The Bluebirds going to have to show a bit of character. to be honest, it's just a case of playing as you were in the first half. Just resort back to those patterns, showing a bit the movement of the first half. You don't need to go away from the plan.
It is very different now with Caden Voice, a very good player, but I was enjoying watching him play as the left centre half. Very accomplished at left back, but he's not going to be bombing on and delivering those balls into the box and be the outlet ball that Jack Thomas was. So Cardiff maybe now will perhaps be more predominantly looking to go down the right-hand side with Jake Davis, but they just need to regroup, get their composure back, and I'll see some of the ball, because Bournemouth have had all of it in this second half. Mafiko was turned there, gives away a foul, and that departure of Eli King, of course Dav mentioned in the first half, which I fully agreed with, that the two centre midfielders were creating a platform. Bournemouth almost giving themselves a platform of a 2-1 lead. Ball just wide of the post. Osazi was the man running onto that, tried to whip it into the corner. And Cardiff now showing gaps in the middle of the park. Central midfield and central defenders that weren't there in the first half.
Definitely not started this second half as they would have hoped. City just need to regroup, have a good few minutes now, get back in possession. Whatever was said in that away changing room, it's definitely worked.
Might be the Cardiff just need to go a little longer for a couple of minutes, because they're giving the ball away on the edge of the area. They've done it twice in quick succession there. Well read by Moreno. Sykes gives it back to Voice. Voice tries to go long but can't connect with Tankovic. Of course, no great height in the Cardiff front line. Great composure, very good technical ball playing ability, but maybe not the option to either go long to a target striker or go long into the channels. As a result now, Bournemouth are playing the game mainly in Cardiff's half. Come again, the Cherries. Ball that's dealt with well by Keita, the man who came from Norwich last year, but again Bournemouth snapping at the heels, winning it back. Shot at goal this time, comfortable for Dennis. But it's like night and day, the change from Bournemouth from first half to second half, just in terms of the pace they're playing at.
It's been much better, hasn't it, from the visitors, asking far more questions of the Bluebirds now.
Cardiff can't win the battles or keep the ball in midfield. That loss of Eli King, planned loss, has really hurt them. Giving the ball away again. There's a free kick though, as that was decent body position there from Williams. But the changes have affected Cardiff. Cardiff just rushing those passes, which they weren't in the first half. Boys couldn't keep that in. Bluebirds just need to clear their heads. Keita out-muscled slightly, and ball is drilled across the box. Ayako trying to find Chebenidze. It's all Bournemouth. Cardiff having to weather a storm. They've already conceded once. Can't get near the Cherries at the moment. That's a good first touch. Bournemouth on the edge of the box once more. Christie. Ball is worked wide to the left-hand side. There's an overlap there coming. Chebenidze goes back inside. Ball into the box. Was that handball? Looked like it from here. Referee said no. Maybe too close quarters. Oh, ball is won again by Bournemouth. Cardiff can't get out. Now perhaps they can. Davis, could he go down there to buy a foul? Well, referee sees it anyway. Cardiff will be welcome with a respite.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to play this smartly. This next minute, Bluebirds have got to regroup. Bournemouth look completely unrecognisable from the side that we faced in that first half. credit to them. They've come out in the second period. They've shown their quality so far.
Confirm that Eli King is fine. He's just walking up to the stand below us. Already showered. So that was just a case of getting minutes in the tank. Cardiff are taking as much time as possible over this restart. Now the referee blows his whistle. Cater sold a little short once more. Cardiff just playing themselves into difficulty. Not being true with those passes as they were in the first half. Voice flicks on well. Can Sykes get to the ball? Decent defending. Just good use of the body there from Scaife. He's done that a couple of times tonight, the Bournemouth number 5. That's nice from Christie. He's moving the ball well in this second half, and he does it again there, feeds it through. Good recovery by Williams. But you'll notice the number 8, Zach Christie, in midfield for Bournemouth. More room in this second half with Eli King departed, and Bournemouth number 8 starting to pull some strings. Boys, good tackle. Can Cardiff win second ball? They can't. Sykes slipped there, lost his footing. Moreno does well, holding his man up. But Bournemouth are able to play out of that press. Ball to the far post over here. Cardiff will get a goal kick. But maybe Cardiff, well, they've already made changes at half-time. Can the rest of the bench affect this game? Because they are very much second best at the moment to a completely changed Bournemouth side.
Plenty of options on that. Herbie James warming up, who could potentially add a bit of stature up top. Isaac Davis as well, who I imagine at some stage will come on for Paul Moreno. And Troy Perrott will go further forward.
Nice ball down the line. And we'll run away from Davis. Will it? No, he's going to get there. Can he put it across first time? No, it's still there. There's still a chance. It's very messy, and somehow it's kept out. Tankovic couldn't turn it over the line. Bournemouth at 6s and 7s. One direct ball from Cardiff, and Davis really turned on the afterburners. A ball I thought was going to skip away from him, or certainly I thought the Bournemouth goalkeeper may have come out. Decided against it. 6 and 1, half a dozen the other. In the end, Tankovic couldn't quite stab it home. It's a nice weight of pass. Cardiff all of a sudden finding their feet again. Sykes, and he wins a corner.
It's better, isn't it? From City the last couple of minutes. It's amazing what a chance can do for confidence.
Cardiff just needed that foothold back in the game. Just reminding Bournemouth that they too are an attacking threat. Corner to Cardiff. From this near side. Cardiff now playing from right to left. In swinging corner. Tankovic on duty. Hangs it underneath the crossbar. Allen gets something on it. Tankovic was able to put that ball right underneath the crossbar. It's a nice pass of Dennis. I thought about coming. In the end stays, and this is a real chance, and it should have been 2. Well, Day. It was a beautiful finish for the equalising goal, but he's had a couple of those where you think he's going to hit the net, and he ends up hitting the athletics track behind the goal. Bournemouth should be in front.
It's a big chance, isn't it? It's a difficult decision for Jake Dennis to make, because you can't guarantee that you're going to get there if you commit, but yeah, wasn't short of the right move on that occasion.
Isaac Davis will be joining the fray. He's been well, he is stripped and ready to come on. The number 12 for Cardiff. Hopefully he'll come on at 1-1 because Bournemouth are coming again. Good tackle, very good tackle by Perrott in the middle of the field. Tries to find Davis. Good first touch. That's been Something that he's done all night, that excellent first touch from Davis. Perrett's continued his run. Can he hang it up? He tries to find Moreno. That was good from Cardiff. Perrett trying to be dynamic there. Here's Mafiko. I think that ball was meant to go wide to Sykes, but Tankovic took control of it, and why not when you can do that? Well, maybe the ball was meant for Sykes. Rob Tankovic just said, I've had enough of this. Cardiff on the back foot, no more. Tankovic cushioned that ball. The pass from Mafiko, given too much room perhaps. Bournemouth centre-halves don't step out. Tankovic went into the box and drilled it into the bottom corner. Nice goal from Tankovic, been impressive all night. And Cardiff, maybe against the run of play, have their lead back, 2-1.
It's a real piece of quality, isn't it? We saw it throughout the first half. He impressed so much with his movement and link-up play, but what a strike that is. And something City needed. It's Bournemouth who have been on top so far in their second half, but Bluebirds regain the lead. Brilliant from Tankovic.
I also do like the way he just took responsibility there, because I'm pretty sure Mafiko's pass was meant for Sykes, but Tankovic just recognised the opportunity to affect the game. You don't necessarily see it in cameo appearances for the first team, but when he's playing at his age group from the start, you can see what the hype is about. That's nice. Perrett really affected the game just before the goal, and he's on the ball there, tries to play it wide to Sykes. But credit to Perrett, he really drove Cardiff back up the field. And Cardiff have their lead back. And Bournemouth will wonder how that's happened, because moments earlier, Johnny Day should have given Bournemouth a 2-1 lead. How quickly things can change. It's a nice weight of ball, and Williams will have to be quick and get his body position right. He did initially, but the ball is turned over. Japanidze, ball into the area. All red on that occasion. Ball in once more. There's a flick on it just over the bar. Not a bad effort at all by Nyarko. Casacuña was slightly out of position. There was a gap there to Keita. Bournemouth had a sight of goal. Cardiff will respond by making two substitutions, and it's the ones that Dav Jones mentioned. Isaac Davis going onto the pitch. He's going to replace Tankovic, the goal scorer. Maybe Tankovic, if Cardiff's injuries continue, maybe on the bench for the senior team on Monday, so a little bit of respite. Moreno coming off as well. That's another nod, perhaps, that those two youngsters certainly, I think, will be in the matchday squad on Monday night for the Wrexham game. And on come Herbie James, man who signed from Spurs in February. And Isaac Davis, the other Isaac Davis, who joined from Nottingham Forest around the same time. Copyright Dav Jones, commentary notes 2027, 26 even. Good press from James, and can he get to the ball first? He's got himself between man and ball. Let's play it into Perrett, just taken away from him. But as Dav mentioned, Herbie James immediately brings more power and pace. Cardiff can go longer, either directly to him or to hit the channels. And you have to give credit to the youngsters. Backs against the wall, how they've recovered and found themselves a goal up once more, because it was one-way traffic for 10 or so minutes at the start of this second half, and that's a good mentality, Dev.
Yeah, they've reacted really, really well. Impressive from the Bluebirds. And that's what you want to see at this level. It's not just the great performance of the first half. It's how do you cope in adversity, under a bit of pressure. And City have done really well to answer those questions.
How do Bournemouth respond? Well, that's not the greatest ball in the world, giving Cardiff possession and a throw-in midway inside the Bournemouth half.
That substitution sees Troy Perrott moving a bit further forward as well, which is a bit more natural to him. We've seen him in that 10 role so often. He's got so much creativity.
Back to Dennis. Yeah, I really felt, just as Cardiff had their moments before the goal, it was Perrott who was looking to change the dynamic and drive Cardiff forward from midfield, so credit to him. This man's been driving Cardiff forward all night. Excellent work again from Davis, turning his fullback in 6s and 7s. Ball across the box, neither here nor there for either James or Voice. That'll be a throw into Bournemouth. Almost 65 minutes gone. 2-1 to the Bluebirds. Intriguing game here this evening. Here's the Bournemouth goal scorer, Day. Should have had a hat-trick. Is that a foul? I think it is. That was more in the back than shoulder to shoulder. Bournemouth player not happy. But I think on that occasion, Osazi did commit the foul. And just a word for Matt Bloxham. Dav, he has been at this club for a while. He's known as a very good technical coach. He was praised rightly by Darren Pearce. The Bluebirds at the moment are in good hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been in this role before as well. Such a calm figure. Knows so much about development. It'll be really important for these lads.
It's Davis. Tries to feed it back. Does feed it back to Perrott. Can he manipulate a little bit of room? And he gives it wide. Davis once more. The Bluebirds purring again. Perrott has got a lot to do with that, although he will concede a foul on that occasion. But Perrott and Davis really have brought Cardiff back up the pitch. Of course, Tankovic with that moment of quality before departing. And again, I'll say impressed with the character, because it was one-way traffic and you felt there was only a matter of time before Bournemouth took this game away from Cardiff. Cardiff, yes, they conceded a goal, but bending, not breaking. And now they've got their noses back in front. Still an awful long time to go, though. Almost get the feeling that next goal wins. Bournemouth get it. They'll have the momentum. If Cardiff get it, they might be able to kill the game. Cardiff looking to play out. It's not quite as fluent and fluid as it was in the first half. Cunha goes long. James is beaten to it on that occasion. It's a foul in the middle of the park, no advantage. Just a messy spell the last 90 seconds or so. We haven't had too many of those in this game. A lot of quality on display.
Granted, it didn't end up in City claiming possession, but as you mentioned, whenever City are now under a bit of pressure, Herbie James, he's give you that element of presence up top, but also he's a really willing runner as well. So there might be times during these last few minutes that the Bluebirds are going to have to soak up a bit of pressure and need an out ball, and he's the perfect person to have up front during these last 20 minutes.
First night proper of the under-21 season. I hope you're enjoying it on Cardiff City TV. That ball is overhit and goes through to Dennis. Of course, you don't need me to tell you that we will have coverage on Monday of not a derby, but very much a Welsh battle and battle for bragging rights. Wrexham come to Cardiff City Stadium. And I have to say, and I've seen a lot of positive comments about it as Bournemouth are about to make a double substitution. Credit to the Cardiff City media team, which I dip in and out of. The programme covers have been getting better, the variation year on year, and this year's cartoon cover, Roy the Rovers style, I must admit I'm a huge fan of. Substitutions for Bournemouth. Jake Druitt is one of the players coming on. And Dane Idimukum. As the visitors look to affect the game. Yeah, I think you gentlemen in that media team deserve a little bit of a tip of the hat for this season's programme cover. It looks very good.
To be honest, it's just such a important thing for the club to keep going. You see, not to criticise anybody, but you see so many programmes going digital or whatever it may be due to budgeting. That tradition of picking up a matchday programme is well and truly alive, and it's so important to keep going. It's got to have that sentimental value. We're really glad to be able to keep that tradition going at Cardiff City.
Sykes has been fouled there, and it's a booking immediately for Druitt. I think Sykes wasn't getting to the ball, his touch was heavy, but such was the impact of the challenge on him, the referee had no choice but to bring it back for the foul. By the way, I have to remember I'm an old man. Dav probably doesn't know what Roy the Rovers is. Melchester Rovers, Racy's Rocket. 1993, he was in a helicopter crash flying back to Melchester. Anything ring a bell?
Before the programme cover, I didn't know what Roy the Rovers was.
Johnny Dexter, Merv Wallace, you didn't live. You didn't live. Free kick to Cardiff. Perrett will leave it for Davis. Oh, it's well worked. Chance for Perrett. This could be lovely. This is lovely. Well, training ground routine executed with sheer perfection. Davis and Perrett. Perrett just opened up that body, got the dip on the ball, in off the crossbar, bar and down. You don't get a better sound than that. Well, it might be posting in, but still, the finish is sublime. Great corner kick routine, and Cardiff have a 2-goal lead. And all 3 goals, Dav, different types of goals, but they've been goals of great quality.
Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? Such a brilliant finish from Troy Perrett. Well worked as well, Isaac Davis. He's looked lively since coming on, Troy, but that's an outrageous finish from him. He's definitely got it in his locker and showed it there.
Cardiff have that 2-goal differential. Now perhaps they can go into game management mode. They won't want to sit back and just allow Bournemouth to have possession of the ball, but certainly they can be more pragmatic perhaps and soak up pressure, hit on the break. It's up to Bournemouth now to force the issue. It's well won by Keita, who's a little nervous to start the second half, coming on as a sub, but settled into the game now. He's a powerful, athletic centre-half. It's nicely worked. Ball is overhit from substitute Druitt. And Johnny Day, who's been a threat and has scored a lovely goal, but he must be thinking to himself, my team is 3-1 down and I've missed 2 real gilt-edged chances.
Yeah, let's not forget those. Bournemouth have had spells in this game where they've looked so dangerous. They've had plenty of chances. And City have been clinical.
Player rides the tackle there. There's Christie against Isaac Davis. I think Isaac Davis has brought a little bit of calmness and composure back to Cardiff's sitting midfielders since coming on. Cardiff have men behind the ball. Williams stands up his man, forces him back inside. Does well, Williams. Again, I think he's been underrated tonight. He's done a really good job for the team. They're forcing Bournemouth back across the field. It's good from Parrott. Really affected the game in the last 20 minutes. Chance for the ball to be hung up towards the far post. Good shout and good take from Dennis. Heard him from here. Thinks about releasing quickly, but actually doesn't want to give or kick possession away needlessly. But that was a really good claim by the Cardiff goalkeeper. It's nice. Oh, it's just slightly away from Davis. But he and Parrott have impacted the game since coming on his day. That's a nice pass inside, but runs away from his strike partner. Mafiko gives it wide to Davis. Back to Mafiko. Davis is on his bike once more. He's got a great engine. He wanted the ball back. Mafiko decides to go the other way. That's nice from Davis. He's finding more of those release passes that Eli King was finding in the first half. I think he's been an important substitute coming on, Isaac Davis.
Really like his level of responsibility. Just always wants the ball. Drive City forward. It's like a metronome in that midfield.
See him again there, just finding the release, finding the space, and here's Herbie James using that pace and power into the box. Can he kill the game? Oh, is he taking his ankle taken from behind? I think everyone was expecting perhaps the whistle to go. Replay might show that there was a touch of the ball. Yeah, I think perhaps there was. Well, I still think the heel was clipped. Herbie James is down. He was really going to put the exclamation point on this game there, as he used his power and good technical ability to get through 2 or 3 Bournemouth players. And he's going to need some treatment. Maybe gives us a chance to have a look again. Like this release ball from Davis. Opens up the pitch. Parrott, nice wasted pass. Maybe James using his power. Oh, I think this heel first. It's an attempt to play the ball, but I'm rather surprised Cardiff didn't get a penalty there.
It's a really tight call, isn't it? So difficult to see from up here, but also on the replay. I'm not sure on that one.
Again, Cardiff managing the game well, and Dav referenced Herbie James that playing with a lead, now having a striker who has some physical presence to keep the defenders busy, but also power, pace and no little skill. You're seeing the goal from Tankovic. That made it 2-1 and really capped off what was a fine performance from Cardiff's number 9 on the evening. And bar from that 15-minute spell at the start of the second half where, let's be honest, Bournemouth were completely dominant and I felt the game was going away from Cardiff City. Cardiff have shown so many different facets tonight, Dav. Good football, good organisation and good character.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that last one that pleases me most, if I'm honest. City under the cosh a little bit in that second half. Equaliser was found. But there has been a reaction, and that's what you want to see from a City perspective is, as I mentioned earlier, it's how do you react to adversity and being in difficult positions in games. I think that's the best way to prepare for first team games where, especially in playing in a competitive league like the Championship, you're asked so many different questions, so being prepared for that is so crucial.
Bournemouth have made a substitution. Joe Spence, wearing the number 12, is on the field. Cardiff about to make another substitution. Oh, no, they are not. It's just Herbie James waiting to come back on, of course, because he was receiving treatment. Ball out for a throw into Cardiff, and maybe for the first time, and things can change quickly, but Bournemouth just feeling like they might be second best in this encounter. Doesn't seem to be the urgency perhaps as there was in that first 15-20 minutes of the second half to really go at Cardiff. Does look like they've gone to a front three though. They couldn't corral that pass. Mafiko's battled hard all night, brings it under control and gives it back to Dennis. Cater's asking a little bit of Dennis there, but he does the sensible thing, clears it long. It's nice, great body protection and ball protection from Herbie James, and he's off. He wants the return pass. Davis is going the other way. Finds Sykes. He opened the scoring. Can he finish it? It's a good save from Allen. But that was really good centre forward play by Herbie James, the way he just used his body to protect that ball. And again, compliments to my co-commentator. He said he's not just a physical presence, good player, but a very willing runner, and you saw that then where he just continued his movement. The ball has gone out. You might hear that some Cardiff City players don't agree. See the replay there. Herbie James pointing to where he wanted the ball. Didn't quite come back. Sykes thought about the first time shot. But the subs that came on around about 55, 60 minutes have really made a difference for Cardiff to help them wrestle back control. See more good pressing there. And credit to Matthew Bloxham, the way he was able to use his bench to change the game.
Absolutely, substitutions have definitely made a difference. You mentioned a few minutes ago, John, about the different characteristics that we've seen from City. It's about game management now in these last 10.
There's Davis popping up on the left-hand side. Looks to cut back across the box and open something up. He'll get it back. Davis was there, but instead it goes the other way. Cardiff get a little bit lucky, but they get a little bit good with a fourth goal on the evening. Troy Parrott, well, he deserves that. He was the man who really got Cardiff back on the front foot, and he gets Cardiff's fourth. Davis, who's been central to everything all night, popping up on the left-hand side. Thought he may have overplayed. Cardiff got some good fortune, but when they did, Parrott's finish was emphatic, and the Bluebirds have a 4-1 lead.
Just watch this footwork from Troy Parrott. Absolutely quality from the City playmaker. We showed glimpses when he come on, Troy Parrott, but since Isaac Davis moved into that position, Troy Parrott's moved further forward into his more natural role. That's where we've really seen him take a grip of this game.
Well, I, like every Cardiff City fan, and indeed manager Brian Barry Murphy, is waiting on new signings to come into the senior team, but lest we forget, Cardiff have perhaps changed their model and will promote from within, and we can see there's talent. That ball comes across slightly overhit. But it's again more good work from Herbie James. Probably should have got a free kick. He's not getting a lot of joy out of this referee, but his work rate is impeccable. Cardiff's game management has been good. Intelligent press there from Williams. We are into the last 7.5 minutes. Cardiff, you would think, home and dry with that 4-1 lead, although, of course, anything can happen. But Cardiff seem to have their composure, their confidence, their strut back that they had in the first half. It's nice from Voice. Here's Parrott. Good footwork again, protects the ball, wins the free kick. Has been excellent. Go short to Davis, and I'm with you on Isaac Davis, Dav. I think he's just going to be one of those players that keeps the game ticking over, but does so many good things. You know, that Joe Allen type player.
I spoke to him in the week ahead of this game, and he spoke about his time at the club so far. He said he's learned so much off the ball, which is so key to his game. And we've seen it this evening that he's so willing to get on the ball and play, but how is he out of possession? And we've seen it at 21's level since he's joined the club. He's improved so much in that area. That's going to benefit his game massively.
It's well up by Voice. That's the advantage of having him at left back, winning those aerial duels on the diagonal ball. All good footwork. And kind of have a throw. And they are doing this very well. Dare I say it, Bournemouth look beaten. Unless there's a cataclysmic disaster, Dav, not a bad way to start the season.
It's been a very enjoyable night. Been a great watch. Bournemouth have played their part in that as well.
And they really were good for 20 minutes at the start of the second half, and truth be told, I could only see one winner at that point. But goals change games, and Cardiff got that second goal at the right time. Bournemouth repair. Adrian Alawandi to come on for the closing moments. Cardiff also will make a final change with Hayden Allmark, the attacking midfielder, coming onto the pitch. Joined from Liverpool in 2024, and he was another one. Congratulations to him, who signed his first pro deal in the summer. At 44, I sense my time has passed. Chance for a shot at goal there, which was turned down. Bournemouth will go backwards. Really, that had to go on goal, you would think. Hung up towards the far post. Cardiff should get a goal kick, and I think on that occasion, Johnny Day should have let the shot go rather than turning it back. It's been a mixed night for the Bournemouth number 9. Well, Jack Sykes, who's worked ever so hard and started the scoring, departs for Cardiff City. He's had a good night amongst a whole group of players that have had good nights, individually and collectively. He gets a well-deserved round of applause and a handshake from Matt Bloxham. And Bournemouth make their change, with George Chubadidze coming off and Adrian Alawandi coming on to take his place. Final 3.5 minutes of the 90. Lights are drawing in slightly. It's got quite dark here at Leckwith Stadium. Maybe James, though, can still see everything that's going on. Protects the ball well. Lovely disguised pass. Ball into the area, give and go. And Allmark looking to make an immediate impression. Good movement, gave the option. Cardiff continue to play well. And it just reminds you that the future is bright. Yes, there's a huge step up to senior men's football, of course. But there is talent coming through.
What I really like is Brian speaks very often about getting fans off their seats, making Cardiff City enjoyable to watch. And you think of the players that we've seen tonight: Rob Tankovic, Paul Moreno, Troy Perrott. It's been a joy to watch them play, and that's what we want to see from players in a City shirt.
Couldn't agree more. Credit to Brian Barry Murphy, his coaching team, and the coaching teams throughout the club. This was happening a lot at youth level, and perhaps it didn't always filter through to the first team, but the changing culture of this club in the last 12 months has been so enjoyable to see, in terms of perhaps the way we play and reliance on youth, how exciting and dynamic we are. Hopefully that continues into Monday night. Here's Parrott. Cardiff controlling the game at the death. Ball is cut back. Allmark, who looks busy. Ball just taken away from him, but his movement looks good. We will grab some reaction after the game. Matt Bloxham, one of the players, and look out for that on Cardiff City TV over the next 24 hours. And say again, all jokes aside, that the work Dav is doing with looking to really promote the media coverage of the under-21s, the 18s, the women's team. It'd be great to see you engage with it all, because yes, the men's senior team is my focal point, a lot of people's focal point, but there's a lot of other areas and teams in this club, and they all play under the banner of Cardiff City. That was a clever quick free kick, but the referee says no. Davis again showing intelligence. Allmark showing willingness to go. Even Allmark in his limited minutes, there's not one Cardiff City player that's taken the pitch tonight that hasn't made a meaningful contribution. Davis, nice weight of pass. Good tackle. Bournemouth battling to the end, but once more Isaac Davis just cool and composed. It's a nice first touch. Katsukunya. Fourth official is preparing the board. Can't imagine we'll play out too much time. I think at this point the result is a foregone conclusion. Well, he says that, and 6 minutes go up. Well, we're all enjoying the game, but on a Friday night, clearly none of us are going home anytime soon. Good from Mafiko, picking up the bits and pieces. Ball forward. It's good from Allmark. Here's Davis. He wanted the fullback run. It wasn't there, so he protected the ball. Referee will play advantage. James, might that be offside? I think the flag is going to go up. It is. Unlucky though for Cardiff. Again, a simple play there down from Davis that might have been missed. He didn't have the fullback going on, so he couldn't release the ball. He knew he just had to protect it, and he did it well. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's another element of his game that's developed over time is that decision making, which will only get better as he plays more 21s football and potentially senior football soon as well. I think it was a really good experience for him in pre-season playing against men's teams. Had those fixtures against the likes of Torquay and Yeovil. When you've got non-league battlers and bruisers in midfield, it's very different from playing against technical academy footballers. It's going to do him the world of good.
Myself having the conversation earlier, sometimes you see results on social media and it's about the context. We talked about women's football, but that Torquay game, remember, was it the same day as Forest Green? I saw a few comments about how they'd lost the Torquay by a number of goals, but that was the senior men's team, and as you say, that was just all about learning.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just simply about getting used to the physicality of that level of football. And you can be at different stages in terms of fitness in those pre-season games, so it's very difficult to read into results, but I can tell you with certainty that the boys learn so much from those games.
It's nice again. Parrott, 50-50 challenge. He committed to it. Credit to him. Late in the game, he may have decided against it. We have played 2.5 minutes of the 49 that are being added on. Ball out to Christie, who was good and influencing the game at the start of the second half. Again, another good claim from Dennis. Can hear him all the way up here, and you want a goalkeeper to go and take control. He's done it well. Lovely first touch from Davis again. I don't think there's been a better player in terms of his full first touch on the pitch tonight. Tankovic might run him close, but he's been a constant threat all evening, Jake Dennis, and the fact that he's done the 90 minutes and he hasn't looked like he's lost any of that ability to run and stretch and what have you, probably in a very, very good performance. He might just get my man of the match.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of performances from Jake Davis, and I don't think I've ever seen him tire yet. He just up and down that wing constantly. So difficult to defend against. I think what's understated as well is how much the wingers support the fullbacks as well. Jack Sykes was doing it throughout the first half. Davis, on the other hand, helping out Noah Williams. It's such a big part of the game. The first team wingers do it excellently, so the academy players have got to do the same.
Davis hasn't tired. Sure, he might feel it in the morning, but he's been excellent on the night. Just under 2 minutes remaining of the 6. I think both teams know the conclusions of this one and playing out the formalities, although Herbie James continues to press and work hard. Direct ball forward. Voice does well. Good cushion as well for Mafiko. I think Mafiko has benefited from Davis coming on and has looked as assured as he was alongside Eli King in the first half. First time Isaac Davis is really caught out in terms of possession there, and Bournemouth do have numbers. Can they get a consolation goal? Good shot at goal, and it's a two-handed parry away from Dennis. Needed to make the save. I think that was finding the top corner. Cardiff for the first time in a while caught with numbers in front of the ball and not behind the ball, and Dennis has to make a good save. Corner kick. Perhaps the last action of the game. Ball in. Dennis thinks about coming. It's a good header away, but Davis can't take the ball away. Bournemouth had a chance of a shot, but it's blocked, and now Cardiff do have possession. Rush pass from Davis, and he's annoyed at himself. But in the grand scheme of things, I think he'll be forgiven. Last 10 seconds of the allotted 6. Cardiff have been excellent. Bournemouth have played their part. It's what's been an entertaining game here on a Friday night. I think Cardiff have set down a marker for the season as the final whistle goes. And that marker reads Cardiff City 4, Bournemouth 1. And Dav, repeating ourselves, labouring the point, but the different aspects and facets of how Cardiff won that game, so impressive.
Yeah, really enjoyable evening. I saw a lot of different characteristics from the side that we'll want to see going forward. Important to build on it now, but what a platform that is. Really, really good performance. And it's a great start to the campaign. It's very good opposition as well.
Well, we'll leave you with the players shaking hands, maybe some highlights throughout the game, but just my chance to say thanks to Dav for his company, for Bill and Jack, who are our team on the camera and production this evening. Thank you to everyone for joining us on a Friday night. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope it's whetted your appetite for the season to come. That season for the men's senior side starts on Monday, of course. If you haven't got your ticket yet, why not? Be there in person. We've got you covered if you can't get there, but we'd love to see you at Cardiff City Stadium. Come down and watch Cardiff take on Wrexham on Monday night. For tonight, well, the young Bluebirds have been thoroughly impressive, and they've been emphatic. Final score here at Leckwith Stadium. Cardiff City 4, Bournemouth 1.
control of it.